here's a question for you. Why did the cemetery taste good?
Liz, what kind of question is that?
Because it was gravy. Because graves and gravy and okay, so when I was little, I was a very good child when it came to following the rules. Why? Because I was just scared to death of breaking them and getting punished. If I ever did anything that I felt was definitely not okay, my conscience would make sure that I never ever in 100 years forgot about that one not okay thing I did. Hey Liz. Oh hey, how are you? Remember that one time, let's see, how old are you? That one time 7 years ago when you were in 5th grade and you were at lunch and you threw your disgusting Funyun chips at Anna and your teacher hated you for it? I wouldn't say she hated me. She just punished me for it, like she would have punished any other kid for it. No, she hated you. I don't think so. No, she looked at you with such strong disappointment. She couldn't believe that you, the good child who always followed the rules, would even dare to throw a single chip at another human being. She decided in that moment that you were not the person she thought you were, and that's when she developed a burning hatred for you that still hasn't been put out to this day. This was 7 years ago? So yeah, for the most part, I was pretty good at following the rules. However, this was not always the case. There was the tiniest little voice in the very back of my mind that would occasionally say something like, hey, maybe you should, just step slightly outside of the line for once. Just see what it's like to break a rule. Just one rule. Just so people can see you're not a wimp who's scared of getting in trouble. But I am a wimp who's scared of getting in trouble. Yeah, but why are you like this? I would be lying if I said I didn't occasionally wonder what it would be like to be one of those kids who broke every rule in the book and just didn't care about it. When the teacher would yell at those kids for whatever thing they'd done wrong, I always wondered how they didn't cry about it, because that's exactly what I would have done. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to break Tim's pencil, I really didn't. It's just, it all happened so fast. 1 minute the pencil was fine, and then all of a sudden it just—
Liz, it's a pencil.
Please don't call the police. You would think that since I was so afraid of stepping out of line, I wouldn't have ended up in the situation I'm about to describe to you. But somehow I did. When I was elementary school aged, I actually went outside. Back then, I would get scrapes from thorns almost every day, and it barely even hurt. Now, a single thorn prick feels like a brutal stab wound. But you know what? That's okay. Because now that I'm a vampire who hides in a basement and rarely sees the light of day, I don't come across thorns or prickly, sharp things or the whole outside world anymore. What happened to me? Thorns actually aren't that bad though. I guess you could say they look pretty sharp. Anyway, I loved the outdoors, and so did my cousins and siblings. We all had this hideout we called the SFH, where we'd hike or go to the river or hang out in the main area where we had all this nice furniture, like this uneven, unstable wooden bench my cousin built, and a table made of cinder blocks. It was some quality furniture. We did a lot in our little hideout. We even filmed a quote-unquote movie in that woods. And don't ask to see it, because I refuse to let anyone lay their eyes upon that thing. It is a thing of the past, and yeah, we're moving on. As you would expect, the woods was pretty fun. Sorry, sometimes I try too hard to make puns. They're just so punderful. However, eventually the SFH wasn't enough for us. We obviously still loved it, it's just we had explored the whole woods 100 times, so it wasn't as exciting as it once was. So one day, my cousin James, my brother Don, and I were standing by our fence, and James goes, "You see that graveyard over there?" "Yeah." "One day when we're older, we're gonna go there." Let me explain a few things before I continue the story. 1, the graveyard was a little ways past the fence and it was on someone else's property. 2, I genuinely believed that if we were seen going over there, we would get shot and killed. There was a reason behind why I believed this, but we're not going to go into that. Also, here's a quick little side note because I just thought of this while recording. When I say I was afraid of getting shot, I wasn't afraid of that as like a punishment. I wasn't afraid of my parents shooting me, so I just thought I would clear that up. I don't know if anyone was thinking that, but anyway, where were we? Reason 3, my mom was not okay with us going over there.
Okay, so your mom didn't approve of this, the graveyard was on someone else's property, and you were literally afraid of getting shot. Those are 3 very good reasons not to go to the graveyard, so I'm assuming you weren't dumb enough to actually go over there.
Yeah, we went over there. I am not sure if this was an act of courage or pure stupidity. And remember how James said, when we're older, we're going to go over there? Yeah. We went over there the very next day. If that isn't the perfect example of impatience, I don't know what is. Then again, I guess we were a day older, so I guess he wasn't lying? On the next day, we just so happened to be at the fence again. I guess you could say we were on the fence about whether or not we should go to the graveyard. No, we weren't. I just wanted to make that joke, so there you go. I can't remember how exactly this happened, but we got onto the whole graveyard topic again. And James was like, hey, we should go over there. And you know how earlier I mentioned my conscience and how it never leaves me alone? Well, my conscience must have been on vacation or something, because I had no hesitation whatsoever in agreeing with James's idea. Yeah, let's go over there now. Who cares if it's someone else's property? Who cares if my mom doesn't approve of it? Who cares if I was literally afraid of getting shot and killed? That's not important anymore. YOLO.
Liz, you make it sound like you were breaking some serious law. You were trespassing. You do realize that in comparison to other crimes like, I don't know, a murder, trespassing is literally nothing, right?
Yeah, I realize that now. But in that moment, as we climbed over the fence and ran across the field over to the graves, I felt like a criminal committing a serious crime. I could already imagine my face on a wanted poster.
Well, if you thought it was that serious of a crime, why were you doing it?
That is a good question. Don't ask that. Anyway, that began our series of trespassing the graveyard adventures that we will talk about in part 2, because it takes a while to make these videos, so I'm splitting this story into 2 parts. Yay. Look at how organized and efficient I am. Yes. Okay. Anyway, I hope this video wasn't too grave for you. That's a graveyard pun. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're excited for part 2 because I'm excited to get that out to you as well. And thanks again for all the wonderful support you guys give me. It really means the world. Every message is great and it makes me positive and motivated, so yeah. Before we get onto the fan art, I just wanted to say who won the Discord contests, because we're back to doing those again. The theme for the drawings of this contest was Marvel characters, in honor of Endgame, because I did this around the same time Endgame was coming out, and so you had to draw your favorite Endgame Marvel character. Oh my word. And the winner of the contest was CyberAshYT. She drew Groot, and isn't he just adorable? Look at this, so cute. And her fan art is right here, so congrats on winning the contest. If you guys want to enter future contests, just go to my Discord link in the description. It's probably not there. So if it's not, just tell me and I'll put it there, because I forget a lot. But anyway, let's move on to the fan art and stuff. Here's the fan art. Thank you so much for this. This looks amazing. You are super talented. Someone actually drew a picture of my fears based on my childhood fears video, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, you're super talented artists, and it really means the world that people take the time to draw this, so thank you so much. Anyway, have an awesome day and eat more tacos. Bye.